I do realize that I probably can't do this whole show in my mask.
Yeah, no, it's a.
I don't think you can.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
Let's go.
And hey, we're a band of brothers. One person gets sick, we all get sick.
No, I could do without it, bro. If I'm being totally honest, you guys are fucked up, man.
You just had a sun-filled weekend. Your vitamin C levels are extremely high.
I do not want that cough.
You're good.
It's vitamin D.
Shall we?
Let's do it.
Get a mic check here. 1 2 1 2. Episode 30.
Quick shift pod.
At Quick Shift Pod.
Quick shift negotiations.
Ooh.
Hey, listen.
Wait, let's do our numbers first.
Yeah, I don't like how have you noticed he's started this new thing where he's not doing the numbers?
Do you not want to do the numbers anymore?
I would love to do the numbers, but you guys go.
All right. Ryan Miller.
Tim Thomas.
Marty Brodeur.
I knew you had to say. You had to say, bro. Good for you.
Had to do it.
I
Marty
mean,
Brodeur.
one of the greats.
Yeah?
Fatso forgot to shake my hand.
I don't think he forgot.
I don't think he forgot either.
Yeah.
On that note, though, you were my sun, you were my earth, but you didn't know all the ways I loved you. No. So you took a chance and made other plans. But I bet you didn't think that they would come crashing down. No. You don't have to say what you did. I already know. I found out from him. Now there's just no chance for you and me. There'll never be.
It's a long one.
Way to start it up with an uplift.
Yeah,
started off with an
Jesus.
uplifting quote.
Marty
My
Brodeur
goodness.
episode. And
Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River.
I knew it. I knew that one sounded familiar. I thought I was going to be able to pull it, but
That
it
was in
turns
your
out
wheelhouse.
I was not close.
Yeah, you
I
were
was
in the
not
mix
close.
back then. Justin Timberlake actually, I believe, wrote a song about me.
That was the word on the street. No, he's right.
This is the song.
He's right.
Cry Me a River.
Yes.
It's
It is-
about Sean Avery?
Yeah.
I thought it was about Britney Spears.
He won a Grammy for this. No, it was about me. And in the video, he had Scarlett Johansson play my ex-girlfriend.
You know who directed that video?
Who?
Nick Cassavetes.
Cassavetes directed it?
Correct.
I hear that name flying around the office a lot.
Legend.
Yeah.
Legend.
The Notebook.
I know.
John Q.
John Q.
Opening title sequence.
So, yes, so this song is written about me, but I'll tell you why I'm using these lyrics today. Because, well, we've been down and out for 3 days. I mean, Scotty, it could be Cry Me a River about he's been sick, but I've been sick, and
It's 2 days, but
I have a man-made, a laboratory-made cough. Okay, I'm not saying that it's the Wuhan virus or the the China virus. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying the type of cough and the depth and the phlegm and the stuff that I have right now is it's not made by nature. It's a man-made virus.
Because it comes from China.
And Scotty, you have complained. You stayed home a day, but also
2 days.
2 days.
2 days. Let's just throw it out on the table here. You had a little bit of a. We have interesting takers. We have people interested in helping at Quick Shift Pod expand.
Pod's being very well received.
It's
So far.
Critically acclaimed.
critically acclaimed. You then sort of got into a moment where you were a little freaked out. You thought me and Kev were going to replace you or fuck you in a deal that's not even existent.
I'm unreplaceable, so I
Good.
wasn't worried about that.
I
Wasn't worried
I
about
think
that.
you were on the forefront of that. I think he was worried about you going rogue.
I was a little worried about you going rogue.
You can never have to worry about me going rogue. Okay. I just want to be in a carefree environment.
You are a rogue guy, though. Like, a lot of people would look at you and go, you're a rogue guy.
but also very loyal. Okay.
You've proven that for fucking goddamn sure. Why am I cursing? You know what? I take that back. I'm with you on the not having every other word come out of your mouth be the F word, but you have been I've said this before, the epitome of a team player since your return.
So
Yep.
I'm not going rogue, brother.
Okay.
All right. I just want to
Appreciate that.
keep pounding out episodes, and when the money comes, we'll divvy it up, and everybody will get their beak wet.
Hey, love the sound of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
wet the
the other thing too that we talk about, and I mean this is the most pleasant piece of content that I'm a part of. I really, really, really enjoy it. So I don't want to not enjoy it.
And part of the reason
Absolutely.
I enjoy it so much is because I know how much Kev enjoys it, because Kev is managing a stable of animals for the most part.
Correct.
Action Park Media, shout out Ramble On and Victory. And there's a lot of interesting characters
Am I
coming
one
in.
of the barn animals?
We all are.
We all are,
I am
yes.
to a certain extent.
Yeah, we
Oh, by
all-
the way, I'm the head of the animal. I'm a head animal.
Yeah.
Like, I certainly don't get a,
You don't
get a
leave.
pass here.
No.
But I'm like
you're-
the thoroughbred horse, right?
You're an animal.
It's an animal. It's a mammal. Is a mammal an animal?
A mammal is an animal, yeah.
Scotty, you sound terrible.
Oh, well, I'm fucking sick because Sean got me sick.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm battling through.
speaking of battling through, who in the NHL decided to take 4 days off or 5 days off in the
Yeah.
middle of the Stanley Cup playoffs?
They just
What is happening
it's
right
money,
now?
bro. Money,
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. Hey, if it was ever a time to get sick, it was right now because we had that little gap.
Right, but we still have the gap. There's not even a game today.
It's game tonight.
Yeah, there is. Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, Sean.
It's tonight?
Yeah. it's
Florida Panthers.
Is
Listen,
today
I-
Thursday?
Today is Thursday.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean this with all the respect in the world, and I'm not taking shot. You know me, the polisher, not taking shots at any markets.
Yeah.
But I got to imagine that the NHL is not over the moon
Pumped for this.
about Dallas, Vegas, Carolina, Florida.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
you want Rangers, Vegas? Like, what's the ideal?
Well, it's a good, yeah, I guess so, right? But from a purity standpoint, I'm not really interested in just watching the Rangers because they got an old Patty Kane who's lost a few steps. I'm not interested in watching the Rangers who have a Mika Zibanejad who's unbelievable in the regular season and then disappears in the playoffs. I'm not interested in watching Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews just because they're awesome regular season players. I want to watch dogs right now. I want to watch the dogs.
Some great storylines.
Yeah.
Like if you're a real hockey fan, there are some great storylines. I'm right now. I'm very into the Pavelski of it.
There you go.
I mean,
Well,
come on.
how good would that cup
Let's
look?
get this guy. Let's get this guy a chip.
Fucking
it would be
Ray Bourque.
all those guys, right? There'll be
Yeah.
a bunch of guys. Ryan Suter,
Yeah,
Right?
She's still going.
he's still going. So we got him and Pavelski.
Yeah.
Vegas is just Vegas. Our boy Jack Eichel.
Cool, yep.
Well, that would put him into
I
a
mean,
different category.
Fuck, you kidding
He
me?
gets his cup before Connor.
Incredible.
Talk about all you want, how great these guys are in the regular season, but
And an incredible trade for Vegas.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Very good move.
And Buffalo. I mean, it's going to work out for them, hopefully. Also,
Carolina. I mean, listen. Look, it's hard not to.
Rod-
Brent Burns, Rod Brindamore, be
Jesus, Brent Burns. Talk about another guy.
who earned it. There's some good storylines.
Right.
He's the
Yeah.
Ray Bourque of
And I
this
mean-
whole thing.
And
I
then
mean,
Kachuk.
Let's not forget about the Panthers. I mean,
Kachuk.
that if Pittsburgh wins one game, they're not even here. So
Right, but I'm saying like the
is that what
player-
it went down to? It was a regular season
yeah,
thing.
if Pittsburgh had beat Chicago the last game of the season, then the Panthers.
So we're essentially watching a Cinderella run right now.
very
Correct.
much so. Yes.
And Florida has been rested. Tonight's going to be a goddamn war.
I have a question about that. Do you think that Florida was a true? I mean, didn't they have some injuries? Were they a real 8 seed? Like a true 8 seed. I mean, I think they're probably better on paper. I think they had some injuries, but I think healthy.
yeah, I think Barkov was hurt for a while.
Right.
I
Yeah.
understand the question, but what I want everybody to realize is, you know what the regular season means? If I was,
Well, it means home ice advantage. I mean,
Well, it means
Yeah.
absolutely dick. Clearly.
I was going to say that. I was going to do something like this.
Oh, you're right.
That's what the regular season means.
I guess
I
that's
didn't
better-
wanna be
that's-
vulgar.
That's better than swearing. No,
Well, it's almost, it's kind of worse.
I mean, it's not great.
it's not
Yeah.
great. Well, in honor of episode 30, I wanted to know what happened here, Sean. This is one of your kind of all-time clippies.
I mean, I was just a legend of the game, I mean,
Well-
and look at how I sold that.
That's Tim Thomas for everyone who doesn't know.
I gotta say,
Freddie
Sean. I
Sjostrom.
gotta say, Sean. I don't have a problem with it.
I appreciate that.
I mean, is it super obnoxious and shit starry and like knew that was going to happen? Yeah, but it was harmless enough.
Talk about the sell.
It was harmless enough.
Oh, the Nike.
Harmless.
I mean, he didn't hurt him.
No.
It was disrespectful as hell, but
Right.
Yeah.
But he would have been a bitch had he not gone after you.
See me look.
yeah, by great
I'm
acting,
like,
bro.
Look at
Great
boom.
acting.
Whoa,
Whoa, Jesus.
Four
Hey,
shadow.
fuck!
What are you
happened?
doing so far out of the net, bro?
Sorry.
What are you doing so
Yeah.
far out of the net?
And by the way, what was he doing so far out of the net? Look at
Well-
Sjostrom eat that blocker, poor bastard. He didn't ask for any of that. You know,
I mean, all-time clip. Right there,
And
Sean.
the ref is saying, like, come on, Sean, what are you doing?
they had to give me a penalty. That's one of those bullshit situations where like none of us saw it, but we know you did something.
Yeah.
So
You
we'll give
must
2
have done
minutes.
something, bro.
Yes. Yes.
So we're going to give you 2 minutes for interference. What was the call? Do you remember?
It had to have been fuck. Who knows?
Who knows?
Unsportsmanlike.
Yeah,
Unsportsmanlike
maybe.
conduct.
That's the
But I
easy
don't think
one.
you can do 2 minutes for that, can you?
Yeah, you can get a 2 minute.
Yeah. And then we move over to
That was unsportsmanlike. though.
yeah,
Very much so. I
Very-
agree.
I mean, that was such an Avery move.
It was not sportsmanlike.
I
It
just
was
like how I
unsportsmanlike.
sold it on the bench too. Like I continued the sell.
Oh, you played through it. You ref saying to the ref, wait, what are you talking?
Yeah.
No.
Excuse me?
Was that him? I didn't.
Fuck
I don't know.
happened out
I didn't
there?
know
I didn't know
goalies
what-
hung around center ice.
Yeah.
Well, amazing clip. Arizona Coyotes, their new stadium gets rejected. Tempe voters vote it down. It kind of seems inevitable that they're going to be moving.
Do the Arizona Coyotes actually have an owner? Or is it still owned by the NHL at this point?
No, there's an owner.
There's an owner.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a doomed franchise that you need to just fucking pull the plug on this whole experiment and move this team out of Arizona.
I mean, I've had some experience in this field. How, you ask? The Islanders had the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Right? And they were voting on redoing the Coliseum.
Yeah, yeah.
And they tried to. Charles Wang is a real estate developer. And he couldn't get a building made. He wanted to do the hotels, this whole thing. They had the vote and they tried to like bury it in the dead of summer.
Yeah.
When people weren't just going to go vote, and people in the town like loaded up buses.
Yeah.
To send people to vote against.
Well, that's what
The revamping
That's
of the
what the
building.
Democrats do when there's an election too.
They bus people to the polls.
Yeah.
Well, I have a bunch of buddies in Arizona still, and I was like, why would people vote no on this? And we couldn't really come up with an answer.
I was thinking the same thing. You got the New York Islanders. You got this has been here. Like, why wouldn't you
Yeah.
want to just revamp it and give it a
Right.
fresh coat of paint? Like,
Great
what's
for
the
business,
downside of it?
All the jobs. because
Traffic?
You know what? It's the same thing. Why do people talk shit on social media?
Why would you get on a bus to go to the polling station to vote no? And they said it was mainly old people. You'd think if anything, the old people would appreciate it more.
Well,
Yeah.
because people
Legacy.
It was also privately funded, so it was not coming out of taxpayer money. So no one in Arizona was paying for this.
Is that
stadium.
true?
Yes.
I don't think the Islanders were either. I think, but you still have to put it to a vote.
Yeah.
Well, right. I mean, there's people that want to save the ducks. I mean, but you can
Are
put
they going to move the Ducks?
no. I'm saying the actual ducks on the ground in the ponds in the area where you would build this thing.
There's no ducks.
Environmental
I'm just saying,
people?
there's no ducks over there, bro.
You're going environment with it, bro?
A lot of the opposition is environmentally challenged. That's what these people do. They're paid.
Yeah,
They're
no,
lobbyists.
he's right. It's
It's a game.
It's tinfoil hat-ish, but you know, traffic, the environmental impact,
Yes.
what's it going to do to the area?
Yeah.
You know, it's like-
Eminent domain.
The one thing that we said was maybe they build this thing and people still don't care about the Coyotes.
Could be risky,
And,
yep.
it fails.
but you could always get Billy Joel out there, turn it into a, you know, it's
Yes.
Arizona.
Tempe or Arizona, you got the university there. Like it's
He's going to have lots of
no-brainer.
events.
Yep.
Well, it's obviously not a no-brainer because they didn't do it. So
Well,
where does a team like this end up?
You know who I question who the owner hired, how the presentation was, who the architects were, what lobbyists he had on the inside, all this shit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Where do you think it could end up?
I don't care. Move the team to Canada. For hockey-related revenue, move the team to Quebec City.
Quebec Nordiques.
Why are we playing these games? Bring back the old school, the OG Nordique jersey.
That would be the best throwback jersey
Right.
of. Could you imagine? Those were sick.
But they'll screw that up and they'll make it a new weird jersey with like
the Stastny brothers.
yeah, something.
Well, end of the Coyotes, most likely. And then Eastern Conference Finals tonight. Teravainen is back in the lineup. Didn't he break his wrist?
Well, Rod the Bod was bitching after the missed call with Mayfield, and he was like, "Well, Teravainen's out for the year. He had surgery. He's done for the year, and now he's back for the Eastern Conference Final." So he missed one round with that like apparent egregious act by I think it was JP Peugeot.
Yeah. I mean, now like I tore my MCL 2 days ago in jiu-jitsu.
What?
Yeah. I have a slight tear. Okay, I could tell right away. Listen,
Sorry about that.
Medical advancements now.
Is that going to take you off the rolling mat?
I'm good. Medical advancements now, they put this guy on stim. There's all these things where they can strengthen the bone. He's fine. He's back. He's going to be ready to go. It's a huge
Wrap it up.
Yeah.
Shoot him with a Toradol
give him the
shot in the
Toradol.
hand.
But hey, what an addition to the roster. Teravainen is a stud. Him and Aho. It's a game changer a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, Scotty, look at this little thing we got.
Yeah,
going
so
on.
we got
I'll tell you this Alexander Barkov bet. Take that.
Well, let me tee it up on what this is.
Tee it up.
Series leading goal scorer in Carolina and Florida.
I see what it is.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
some people listen on
These
audio.
are the odds for who's going to be the series leading goal scorer
Correct.
on either Carolina or Florida.
Yes.
And I would like to pick my two. I would say Martin Necas and Alexander Barkov. Necas plus 950.
He's good.
Barkov plus 1100 to lead the series in scoring. Barkov's going to have a monster series, and the Florida Panthers are going to the Stanley Cup final.
Okay.
What about this Kachuk? Plus 460, so people like him a lot.
Middle of the road.
It's also
it's not great value in the
it's not great value. Nope.
But you know, Sam Reinhart, I like his game too. And Teravainen.
Teravainen is great value at plus 3,200.
You know what, Sean? I like the Nikas play at plus 950.
Kid's got
He
speed.
scores, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Ooh,
he's
what
heating
about the
up.
Montour kid?
He couldn't put up that type of numbers.
Yeah,
You never
he's
fucking
one
know,
of those
man.
dudes.
Hey, all it could take is 4 goals to be the leading goal scorer of the series.
It's true.
You know what happens if it's a sweep?
You know what I'm gonna take Brandon Montour at plus 4,500.
Okay, I like
Wow.
Duclair.
I'm only putting 100 on it. I'm kidding.
I like Duclair plus 2,800, and I like Teravainen as well.
Oh, with the injury, who knows? But it's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
right.
That seems a little
It's
risky.
It's a good stat though. I like it. I'm gonna
then
take Brandon Montour.
And then we have Conn Smythe Trophy winners.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, we got to shout out our friends over at FanDuel.
Yeah, I know, but I just hate doing this. I thought we don't do any free ads.
We're not doing free ads. It's not. I mean,
not
it's
free
just
ads.
It's a
not
scratch
free
your.
ads.
The only reason I say, trust me, I know how to play the game. It's because he busts my balls every time I crack open a Happy Dad. I will say this.
Fair.
I hate this type of thing.
Okay.
Okay, because I like at least the goal scorers. I can go. You know what? Who's going to have a good series? I feel it. I understand the game. I see where it's going.
Okay.
But this is craziness.
Is it?
I like the Conn Smythe.
I know you do.
Big Conn Smythe guy.
Yeah.
Great looking trophy.
Well, obviously, the Bobrovsky at plus 1,000 at this point has to be your best money.
Yep.
No?
He's up there for sure. I mean, Sebastian Aho plus 650. He's had a hell of a playoff run.
Jack Eichel feels obvious. Look at Freddie Anderson up there with pretty good odds.
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there.
My guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you could say, where is Pavelski? He's at plus 1,400. I mean, listen, Pavelski right now is the MVP of the Dallas Stars. So if the Stars win the NHL, win the Stanley Cup, he's got to be the guy.
And obviously, by the way, I can't believe I'm having a lapse in judgment in my hockey IQ. The Conn Smythe is best player in the playoffs or the finals.
Full run.
Playoffs.
The full run.
Yeah, the full
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So, all right, but there's still the semi.
That's
I mean,
why
like,
it's
still
so
wide
stupid
open
that we're
right?
doing this
Yeah.
right now.
All right, but it's early. All right, good to look at. I'm gonna go Brent Burns because I want to root for somebody.
Not bad. I would be
wanna
fine
root
with
for
that.
somebody.
I would be fine with that. This is crazy.
God.
This is crazy. First of all, shame on all the Toronto media. I'd like to say to all of you Toronto media right now, shame on you. If you don't want to ask the tough questions because you're afraid of being blackballed or eyeballed or, Larry Brooks has never shied away from a tough question.
No.
Okay? He's asked questions where he's actually almost been physically assaulted. All right? Ask this guy the tough questions. Okay? And also, Kyle Dubas says something in this whole thing where he goes, you won't see me anywhere else right away. Excuse me.
Right.
Well, he's staying
Excuse-
with the team, isn't he?
Well, but hold on. Excuse me. What would give you the assumption that you would be at the top of everybody's desirable GM list if you weren't with the Toronto Maple Leafs, Kyle? What would possess you to say something out loud like that? When you have NHL legends, 4 or 5 Stanley Cups, Chris Drapers, wherever, Pat Verbeeks, you could go down the... Who fed this guy? Who spoon-fed him his breakfast this morning and said, you are the king? Who feeds him his grapes? Because I would like to speak to the grape feeder of Kyle Dubas to give him this inflated insanity that he would all of a sudden be at the top of the list for most desirable GMs. This was crazy.
Listen, I'm not polishing here. I know it seems like I'm polishing, but I said this before.
Yeah.
What else could this guy have done? He got everybody together. He paid everybody. We need people for the run. So he went out and he got whoever, Giordano. Who's the other guy that they picked up?
Giordano.
O'Reilly.
They picked up. They picked up a couple.
Two guys that every time they had to do a pivot, it was like doing a 3-point turn with a U-Haul truck. Okay? They were so slow.
Just
Go
saying,
ahead.
the guy's not out there skating. I mean, I think he put enough talent on the ice.
I just think Dubas, he created a team that was all based in skill, not a lot of grit, and he needed to go out and get some bangers and some bruisers in order to fill out the back two lines.
All right, fair enough.
And he kind of seems like that manager who is
Star-driven.
yes.
I agree with you, but what happened? I said this to somebody the other day, a Toronto Maple Leaf apologist, a polisher. You know, first they were like, well, they always go to the Stevie Y thing. Everyone said Stevie Y couldn't win. Fair enough. But Stevie Y didn't have 3 other ginormous superstars beside him. So this isn't a question of, oh, let's just give Mitch a little bit more time. You know, we don't want to pull the Stevie Y. Look what happened. Look at Stevie, yada, yada. Yeah, okay. All right, fine. Okay, that doesn't work with me. All right, I'm not interested. But what about, look at the Dallas Stars. Look at this kid that scores the sickest game-winning goal. My kid that I've been eyeing for 3 years.
It's after this.
I can't remember his name right now. Draft pick. Wyatt Johnson.
You've really had your eye on him. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like overtaken my team. I'm the Dallas Stars guy, but that's fine.
That is Scotty's team.
I'll show you the text from 3 years ago when I was
Sean's a big,
inquiring.
I'll show you the text guy. He's
I'll
a
bring
big
the receipts
guy. Yeah, exactly.
You know, did you see Trump at the CNN town hall? He brought the receipts. He brought the receipts. Tucker's got the receipts. All I'm saying, where are the Toronto Maple Leaf draft picks? And you know what they said? Well, they traded them all away to get all these guys.
I was going to say, they ain't going to be making any draft picks anytime soon.
Yeah.
Real quick, before we go into that, last thing on Toronto. Like, seriously, both of you guys with your hockey IQ and your vast knowledge of the game. Not that you would ever be the GM, but would you break up those guys?
100%.
And if so, who would you break up and what would you try to make happen?
First of all, can I ask a request?
Sure.
Please, when you refer to hockey
I knew
IQ,
this was coming.
don't loop me in with Scotty. Like, I would like a little bit of separation. Okay, first of all.
Fair enough.
10% separation's fair.
Yeah.
Like, you have a much better shot of getting that job than Scotty does.
I would like them all broken up and for the good of the city.
You want to get rid of Tavares, Matthews, Nylander, and
If
Marner.
I could, I would trade all of them.
Wow. Okay.
Because you know what? I would say, my bad, they let me down, and I would buy myself another 4 years. If Kyle Dubas had half a brain, that's the blueprint.
Or you keep 2 of them.
Okay? No. Whatever.
Keep some gritty defensemen.
Yeah. Not to pivot off the conversation.
Why keep 2 of them? So that I can have them not show up in the playoffs, and I could have spread that $20 million around to my bottom 6?
Here's something gossipy. Do you think that it hurt the team when they gave Tavares the C? Do you think Austin Matthews is bothered by that? And do you think there's a lingering effect there?
Deep state Kevin.
Yes, I do. I think Matthews should be the captain of that team.
And he probably was really, really, really hurt.
He's probably bothered.
Well, he was peeing outside of a bar or something. He got a ticket.
And they took it away.
And then they gave it to Tavares.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Kyle Dubas.
That's kind of greasy.
Ooh,
right?
that's so greasy.
Now, by the way, Tavares is a captain, right? He's coming in. He's a little bit older. I guess that was the thought process.
Who cares? Put the onus on your superstar, your guy.
Look at the Chicago Blackhawks with Jonathan Toews.
Well, or Patty Kane when he tried to kill a cab driver.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. That's why
Patty Kane didn't get an A until like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think that was the right play.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
I think Austin Matthews probably wanted it and was probably more deserving of it.
Well, what did Johnny Toews do?
He was a very young captain.
Right, but he didn't get caught taking a piss.
No.
Under the bar.
What I'm saying is there were seasoned veterans on the Hawks at the time that could have worn the C, and they go, "This is our guy." And I think Toronto should have a similar
Right, but we're talking
Captain
about
Serious.
how it was associated with Austin made a bad decision in Arizona.
And that's why he didn't
was
get the
in
C?
one. Yes.
Yeah, he got a ticket. Like a ticket for peeing outside of a bar in the bushes.
Oh, I thought you were saying that Tavares got the C, Matthews found out, and then he got
they didn't
one and
they didn't announce it, and it was like, who's going to get the C here, Tavares or Matthews?
Yeah.
It seemed like it was going to be. It seemed like it was going to be
Matthews
Matthews,
got
and
in
then he
trouble.
got pinned. He didn't get in trouble, bro. He got a ticket for peeing in the bushes.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right.
That's not
It was a
trouble,
misdemeanor.
right?
Trouble is a felony.
Okay.
All right.
Right, but I'm saying, like, even when you look inside, like, I even think misdemeanor is a strong word
Yeah.
for what he did. Come on, how many times have you
Pissed
Oh,
off.
I've
step
had-
outside to piss in the bushes?
I've also been convicted of misdemeanors
Yes, you
before.
have.
You've been convicted of multiple misdemeanors.
So,
You know a good misdemeanor when you
but
see
I
it.
also just got American citizenship from the U.S. government, so it couldn't be that
Clearly,
bad.
they don't think much of the misdemeanor.
Misdemeanors. All right,
let's roll it.
Do you know
let's
the
go.
Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah, I pledge allegiance to this flag.
The flag.
The flag.
The flag, my flag. Yeah, I could do it.
Hey.
Got it. I'll have to do it at my swearing in, at my
Debatable.
immunization.
Can we come?
Yeah, I would love to come.
Could I get a Trump immunization?
Immunization. Abu Bakar. Did you ever see that clip? Abu
We can
Okay.
talk. We can.
died like a dog.
Died like a dog.
There was a lot of shooting. Jesus Christ. Bro, I mean, honestly, like, I feel like I'm
It's
being dramatic, but
disgusting.
it's disgusting. Bro.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting. We can talk about it over the clip. We roll into Game 7 here a couple days ago now, but it was a good game. Sean, would you rather be the GM or the head coach?
Can we just get to the Wyatt Johnson goal? I mean, I think this is. It was a hell of a game.
Hey, hats off to the Kraken.
Yeah.
Hell of a run.
Congrats, Jerry Bruckheimer, Ron Francis, Yanni Gord, all those castaways that really put their stake in the ground that they're here and they're the
sure
real
did.
deal. Yeah? Okay. So we like that.
I got to imagine they have a good, like, draft system as well, right? Probably got some good draft picks.
Oh, I think Ronnie Francis, he's not wasting picks on players. Okay. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I will say Jim Nill, congrats to Jim Nill, the GM of the Dallas Stars, who has been grinding for many years. All right. Coaching changes. He's got a real team now that's got a real
does.
shot.
Yeah. Well,
This is real.
They've been in it for a while, though.
Well,
They were in the Cup final last year.
Jamie Benn, Pavelski.
Dallas
It's hard
was
not
in
to
the Cup
root for these
final
guys.
last year.
I believe they were. Were they not?
Well, no, because whoever beat Tampa won the Stanley Cup. I've erased it from my mind.
2 years ago, then.
Colorado beat
Tampa Bay,
Colorado
yes.
beat, yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right,
yes.
2 years ago.
Please don't associate the hockey IQs together.
10%
Sometimes
difference. 10%. 10%.
But hats off to everybody in the series here.
Jordan Eberle, again.
Great guy.
Real standout. Put himself in a nice position for the next couple of years.
Pavelski, Ryan Suter, Jamie Benn, guys that you'd like to see win.
I mean, I don't mind Sagan. I like
Scotty's
Tyler
boys.
Sagan.
Segway.
All right? He's had a hell of a
what
career.
is the segue thing? What is that? Like,
That's what we called him. Segway. Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Doesn't
but,
make any
I
sense.
thought you
Oh,
wanted to segue out of this because it's 4 days old, and I just want to see the Wyatt Johnson goal, and then we can move on.
All right, let's. Oh, that's off the post.
Yeah, that was a heavy.
That's a tough one. Is that in? Oh, that's the second period.
I haven't seen you guys in a while. I would prefer to let it play out.
Yeah, we're halfway through the game.
Yeah.
We're halfway through the game. All
Second
right.
period.
Okay, fair enough. What happens? Go. Great. Go ahead.
How successful financially is Seattle after winning a playoff round in their first year?
I think season ticket sales go way
Season ticket sales go up.
sure.
Yeah, but
merch.
not to mention
fun.
what was their payroll. I'm sure it wasn't very high. They got no $10 million guys on their team.
Right, but they have a lot of $5 million guys. I'm guessing that their payroll wasn't low because they had to take on salaries, right? That's the whole idea.
Yeah, but no, because in the expansion draft, it's a little bit different. It's not just taking on salaries. Like, you don't just dump the big salaries and give people that option.
Are you sure?
Well,
Well, if
Eberle makes $5 million a year, I'm fine with that.
right,
I got no
whatever
problem
it was,
with
but
that.
like what they'll do is if there's a bad contract on the books, they'll leave that person unprotected.
Yeah, but they won't get chosen, and then they'll still be stuck with that contract. So you're better off just not trying to play that game because.
Well, that's why they leave them uncovered because they know nobody's going to pick up the salary.
yes, but you're still stuck with that salary.
Hey, I got a hard hitting question. You guys
Yes.
think I look like Jamie Benn?
Yeah, maybe like 4 or 5 years post career, Jamie Benn.
What does that mean?
I mean, he's in playing shape, bro. He's in Western Conference Finals playing shape.
I'm talking facial features, not necessarily my.
Yeah, I could see you in the movie.
Got a lot of comments
I
saying
could
that I
see-
look like Jamie Benn.
I could see you in the movie as Jamie Benn.
Yeah.
A little time to skate and
Right.
get rid of that cough.
Yep.
For starters, get in shape and
You have
maybe
to
you
get
could
in
play.
shape,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
when
But Scotty's a big guy.
Yeah.
when Stallone did Rocky. Like, you know, the difference between Stallone and Rocky 1 and Rocky 3, there was a big difference.
Egregious.
Yes.
There was an egregious difference.
Well, he made a little cash. He got a trainer, and things started to fall into place.
Yeah, sure. It was very all trainer related.
I mean, Rope Hintz also quietly having a hell of a playoff run.
Hell
as
of a
well.
player.
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's Finnish because Finns are very similar to Canadians.
How so?
They're just gritty. They're grittier.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and Swedes. But there's something like
Are the Swedes gritty?
Swedes are gritty.
Who's not gritty?
Matt Sundin was a Swede.
Who is not gritty? What?
I don't think that the. Listen,
Careful now.
the
Quebec?
Russians, some would say, but like Kuch is as gritty as it gets. The old
and
school
Ovechkin.
Russians.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know the
I
Russians.
mean, they are. I mean,
who's not
Kovalchuk
gritty?
doesn't really fucking get in the mix.
Well,
all
yeah,
that
but those are the
much.
old school guys. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. The
Well,
new school.
Kovalchuk doesn't have to do anything.
Barkov, man. Barkov's in the trenches. What a goal.
Here's your
This
guy.
kid.
Here's your guy.
That is an egregious.
By the way, it's a hell of a walk off.
That is the arrogance. Head, boom,
But it's also the effort of beating out the icing call.
Bro, this was an
By the way,
overtime
great
winner.
celebration. Game 7 overtime winner.
Look at that celebration, like no big
He's
deal.
a rookie.
Didn't even go down to a knee and didn't ask for separation. I love that.
He
kid.
created a little separation.
Yeah. No, that wasn't an overtime goal.
Oh, it wasn't.
Oh, that
was
wasn't the
regular?
overtime goal.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who scored the OT goal?
I don't.
I
Did it
didn't
go
go
to
to
OT?
OT.
Yeah, I was like, what the
Oh no! Oh, it was okay. I knew it was close.
I had a long week where our band almost broke up. I'm dealing with a man-made virus. Look at Jim Nill up there, seasoned vet.
A man-made virus.
I can't even remember what happened. This was 4 days ago. Shame on the NHL. 4 days in between. Give me a break.
Right, we're basically covering an old game.
Like so old. All right. When are we starting? Are we starting? Do we got another game to watch on here?
No.
Are we good?
This is it.
This is it.
This is.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does everyone feel?
I felt better health wise,
Yeah.
mentally, and
Emotionally?
and about the podcast.
That would
I
be
feel
like
amazing.
asking somebody, one of these warriors in the playoffs right now, like, how do you feel? You know what? I don't think Joe Pavelski goes, I've felt better health-wise. He goes, you know what? I feel fucking great.
Well, I'm not in the middle of a playoff run.
Great interview with Jeff Carter, like going into the finals of like that second Kings run where they had won a bunch of a couple game sevens, and they asked him about fatigue, and he's like, "Listen, if anybody in this room has fatigue and is tired to play in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, then that's another conversation." Boom. Quick shift.
Episode 30. That's it.